It's probably too late to be drinking coffee, but I have just made myself a fresh pot because I felt like it. I was actually gonna make myself a latte, but I realized that we are all out of oat milk, so I'm gonna have to get some more at the store. And Bingley is trying to chew stuff off camera. Anyway, if you hear some clicking and clanging in the background, it's because I have something going in the dryer right now. I am washing the bed sheets, essentials. I actually have the sheets here ready to be folded that I've just been kind of putting off, so they're getting all wrinkly, but I'll get to it. And then I have the duvet cover in the dryer right now. So it's been one of those days where it has been nonstop. I have had things to do. I have been getting stuff done, and yet it's coming to the end of the day. It is after 5 right now, and I feel like I've not accomplished anything that I wanted to. It's a common problem for me. It's too common, actually. So I thought I would start a vlog because I've been meaning to do this all week. I have some stuff I would love to catch you up on. I have some stuff that I'm going to be hopefully recording in the next week or so. And then I am going to be going to the US again. So I am timing this for a couple of family events that I'm going to be doing there. So I'm going to go to Chicago, and then I'm going to go to the St. Louis area. It will be a lot. I always want to film when I'm there. Like, I always want to share that aspect of my life with you as well, because I feel like I've not really shared that much about my Midwestern upbringing, but at the same time, every time I'm there, I'm spending time with family. So it's unlikely that you're gonna see any of that in a vlog, but I will be posting some stuff on Instagram. Make sure you follow me there if you wanna see some random stories and pictures and things like that. But otherwise, I will just recap like I'm gonna do right now, because we went on a day trip finally. It's been a while, but this was the first time that we have gone to our neighbors, Belgium. My husband and I have passed through Belgium on the train to go to Paris, but we have not actually stopped and visited Belgium, I don't think ever. I know I haven't. Here, we are so close. We are literally like an hour and a half Eurocity away from Brussels. So that's what we did. We did a day trip to Brussels, and I will insert some of the footage that I got here. It was an incredible day, and we got so lucky with the weather too. Honestly, I know now from living in the Netherlands firsthand what people mean when they say that it's gray and rainy all the time. I don't mind it personally most of the time, but honestly, when you're recording, when you're trying to see the beauty of a city for the very first time, it's nice to be able to see it under some sunlight. So we were really lucky that we got an actually sunny day to visit Brussels. I did not really buy anything, actually. We didn't really do any shopping except one particular thing, and that is Pierre Marcolini chocolate. Belgian chocolate is, of course, worldwide famous, so I knew that I had to get some chocolate while I was there in Brussels, but this in particular, this brand in particular, I have had my eye on for a long time. I'm just getting this out of the bag because I put it in a Ziploc baggie because I'm gonna be taking this to my family. I actually haven't touched it, so I haven't eaten any Belgian chocolate, even on the day we were in Brussels, but I was looking for one thing in particular, and that is these little, I think they're called croustillons. Attendez, je vais chercher sur internet. Yes, okay, so confirmed from the website, it is called croustillon. I just didn't want to say something stupid. It is almond nougatine, and I got the ones that I have tried before, which are milk chocolate, and then I also got the dark chocolate because I like dark chocolate as well, but my family especially, a lot of people in my family love dark chocolate. But I have had my eyes on these ever since one of our friends brought us some of these chocolates, and she actually brought us the milk chocolate. Which one's milk chocolate? This one? She brought us the milk chocolate variety, and I tried them and I thought they tasted like toffee, and I just fell in love completely. But I looked them up. I was super sad that I couldn't find them anywhere in the Netherlands, and the closest was in Brussels. So as soon as we knew we were going to do a day trip to Brussels, I had my eye on Pierre Marcolini, and I just was so happy to find a million of those stores. So that's all I bought. We definitely want to go back, not just to Brussels, but also we really want to go to Ghent. We really want to go to Bruges. Like there's so many places. Antwerp even, I would love to go as well. Yeah, just a lot of curiosity about Belgium now, maybe even more than before I had properly set foot in the country. I'm gonna drink my coffee now and probably get like a huge caffeine buzz before I go to the bouldering gym. We are gonna go climbing this evening, which is why I have like stud earrings. I usually wear dangling earrings, but I definitely wear studs for climbing. I have my hair in a braid. It's actually getting long enough to braid now. I'm very, very happy. I'm trying to grow it out. It's something that I've tried off and on for years, but ever since, I think there was a haircut in like, I know it was still when I was in Paris because I remember taking pictures of it for Instagram, and it was in my Paris apartment, but I cannot remember if it was before or after the start of the pandemic. It's like a different time in my brain. Either way, ever since I cut it, and I really liked the haircut, and then I started doing bangs during the pandemic, I don't know, I have not actually properly committed to growing out my hair again, but I'm doing it now. Hold me accountable. I'm not gonna cut off length. So yeah, there's my life story, and I'm going to drink this and do some reading and fold this laundry. I'm not gonna forget, I swear. I'm not gonna forget. He might be just a little bit spoiled. Hello again, I am back. It is a very warm day today, so I'm actually in a t-shirt and shorts inside, which is crazy. We have these really big windows, which are very common here, and not all the windows have shades, so it's really hard to keep the heat out of the apartment. That's gonna become a problem, I think, this summer. I'm getting a little bit nervous, honestly. Anyway, I thought today would be a nice day to do a reading recap, because it's been a while since I have updated you on the things I've been reading. Basically, I'm just gonna talk about 3 books, 2 of which were quite substantial, and you actually just saw 2 of them in that clip that I just showed you. Let me just go grab them so I can show you what I'm talking about. The book that you saw me finish most recently, which I just finished last night, actually. I stayed up super late. I think it was actually technically this morning by the time I finished it, but I flew through this book. Maybe not through like the first half. I took my time through it, but then as it kind of continued to get more and more twisted, and I just was curious where the twists were gonna go because they did actually surprise me a few times. Yeah, I just really got into it and started reading faster and faster. My first read of the year was the last book in the Greenbone saga, which is Jade Legacy. The first book of this is called Jade City. It's the green cover. It's beautiful. I actually saw, I'm on Fondeli's newsletter mailing list, and I saw that they were getting new covers. So I'm not sure if these are gonna be phased out completely or if they're alternate covers. I didn't quite look into all the details, but I do really like these covers, honestly. The new covers are gorgeous as well, but the colors of these are so nice. The first one being green, the second red, and this one being just bright, brilliant blue. I really like them, and I absolutely loved this series. This has become one of my absolute all-time favorite series. I want to reread it, honestly, but as you can see, they're quite chunky. This is the chunkiest of the books. They're all 3 quite big though. So I'm trying to bide my time, trying to be patient and read some other stuff first before I dive right back into Jade City. And also, it's one of those kind of books where, without giving away spoilers, no one is safe. And I kind of wonder, going back to the beginning, seeing characters that I haven't seen for a long time because of, you know, reasons when no one is safe. And I wonder if that's going to be like how different that experience is going to be, kind of knowing what's coming, because I know a lot of the fun of the book was just not knowing what was coming and being completely surprised by so many things. At the same time, it's such a beautiful and rich and just amazing, incredibly woven story that I think it will be fun to experience knowing those things, because I'll probably pick up on so many things that I just wasn't even seeing the first time because I was so wrapped up in all the stuff that was new and that was exciting and that was unexpected. So yeah, I cannot rave enough about the series. I love it. And then the other book that actually took me the longest, because it's a very long book, but also because my reading pace slowed down like drastically in like February, March, April. I don't know why I could not focus on reading for more than like a chapter at a time. And I was reading Oathbringer by Brandon Sanderson. That is the third book in the Stormlight Archive. And that book is so long, and the chapters are really nice, like bite-sized chapters, but that meant that because I would get so distracted after reading a chapter, it took me ages to read that book, because in theory, like the amount of time that I spent reading these books in a single sitting, I would have read several chapters probably of Oathbringer, depending on the specific chapter. Some of them were long, but most of them are pretty short. But instead, it just took me a really, really long time to read. I did really enjoy it, though. I did really enjoy Oathbringer, and I am very excited to jump into Rhythm of War, which is the fourth book. And then the fifth book is already out. I'm so far behind, and at this pace, I think he's gonna release the next one before I even finish the fifth one. Now comes the fun part, choosing what to read next. I have a couple of ideas, but I need to decide before I leave for the US, because I would like to bring just one book with me. I'm going to be spending so much time with my family. I'm going to be spending so much time with my niece and nephew and just having a great time. I know that I'm not really going to read that much. So let me show you what's on my shelf. So here are the bookshelves. I have showed these to you before. Little things have changed here and there. Notably, I think the biggest change is this. So I bought this, I think when I was in Amsterdam with my friends. We did a lot of book shopping and I didn't buy too many things. I did resist, but I decided to go ahead and buy the second era of Mistborn. So I've read the first trilogy, the first era. This is the second era. I have not started on those yet, so I have all of those yet to read. I just finished Oathbringer, like I said. This is the next one. I don't have the fifth book yet. I'm not in any rush, considering the pace that I am reading right now. And then I also need to read Dawnshard, and I can't remember if that goes between Oathbringer and Rhythm of War, or if that's between Rhythm of War and the newest book, but I will definitely look that up. Down here I have a few as well. So there are two here that I haven't read, The Magicians and Two Twisted Crowns. I have read One Dark Window. It's been a long time now, so I don't know if I'm in the mood for it, to be completely honest. I don't know. And then up here we have our classic section, of course. This is all of my husband's French classics, which it has been a long time since I've read a French book. I would not be opposed to it, but there's a lot of stuff, like there's a ton of Zola and Ovid, Hugo, like all these authors that there's Tolstoy in French, which apparently is a better language to read it in than English. But honestly, I don't know if I'm up for that. There is this one, Gaston Leroux. He is the author who wrote The Phantom of the Opera, which I have read in French. I've never read this one. It is a short story, so maybe I could justify bringing this one and another book. Okay, choices have been made. So I have decided to go ahead and grab this French book, the French classic, Le Mystère de la Chambre Jaune. It's very short, it's a novella, so I think it'll be fun. It's also very light, and that is a big plus when you're flying. Then I went ahead and Googled the reading order for the Stormlight Archive, and it turns out that Dawnshard should be apparently between Oathbringer and Rhythm of War. So this will be my next Stormlight book, so I thought, hey, this is also kind of small. It's a novella. It's not quite as light because it is a hardback, but they're both quite small books. But this way they're about the size and weight of like one book. In fact, they're probably less than, definitely than the books I have been reading lately. Today is a very warm and sunny day, but I do think I'm gonna run at least one errand. I would like to get a bread knife. I know, this is adulting, for real. We are French and American, so we eat a lot of bread here. We had a bread knife when we lived in Paris, just a standard, I think probably IKEA bread knife. But when we moved to New York, we did not take basically anything from the kitchen, or very few things. And of course, knives are not exactly the easiest things to fly with, so those did not come. We started fresh when we were in New York, and we just never went and got a bread knife, and we just used regular knives, which is fine, but it does tend to like crush the bread and just not get as good of a cut. But I've decided that I'm gonna get one. So I'm gonna go to the store that I really like for like homey household sort of stuff and soak up a little bit of sun while I'm at it. It is like summer out there. I've just gotten back from running errands and have drunk like half of this already because I realized I was super dehydrated. It was nice. It's just, I'm a little nervous that this is just mid-May and this is already the weather. So I thought, I rarely do anything even resembling a haul on this channel, but I did actually buy a few little homeware things that I thought would be fun just to show you. So I took a little walk and I did go to Deal and Camille, but unfortunately the one thing they did not have was a bread knife. I found a couple other things that I needed though, and the first is this gigantic pot. My husband and I have been talking about trying to incorporate some plants into our home. You may remember, but our cats are major plant eaters, especially Hamlet. He will try to eat basically any plant or leafy thing that you try and bring into the apartment. We have tried basil as well because basil is not toxic to cats and supposedly they don't want to eat it, but he does. And unfortunately, even though Bingley, when he was younger, did not take any interest in plants, he has decided that he now is interested. So, Hamlet has rubbed off on him, which is not surprising because he takes after Hamlet in so many ways. He's such a little brother. We now have a setup where our bookshelf is, where the cats actually can't get to the top of the bookshelf. It's the first apartment setup that we've had where there hasn't been something they can jump off of to get to the top of the bookshelf. So we decided to try to get some flowers and stuff. We've tried some roses, obviously things that are not toxic to cats, but I still don't trust them not to eat it. And even if it's not toxic and it's not poisonous, if they eat a bunch of it, they still could get a stomachache, they still could throw up, and I just don't want them to be eating stuff they're not supposed to be eating. So we've tried to get some flowers where we can put the vase down on the table when we're in the room, but then if we leave the room or if we go out, we can set it on top of the bookshelf and it's not accessible. The next step that we'd like to try is getting a plant, like an actual proper big plant, but that of course is gonna be something that we're gonna need to make sure that they don't eat. This particular pot is actually not for our home. This is for my partner's office space. He has a plant there that he wants to repot. But I was also looking to get some ideas, to get some price points, to get some size evaluations for our future plant in our apartment. We'll see. And then while I was looking for the bread knife, I came across the whisks, and I've been wanting to get a much smaller whisk. I have a nice big whisk, which is great when you're baking like bigger quantities or something, but I also sometimes will make icings for whatever I'm making, and I make those in very small quantities, even smaller usually than the recipes call for, because I usually don't want a bunch of icing, and the recipes usually overestimate, I find. So I had these tiny little like batches of icing that I need a whisk for, and I had this massive whisk, like a normal size whisk. So I thought a small little whisk would be good for that. And it's also good for like eggs and whatever else. So I've been wanting to get one of those for a long time. Then, because I couldn't find a bread knife, and that was what I really wanted to accomplish with this errands run, like it was the top thing on my list that I've been wanting to get for a long time, I decided to go by another homeware store, which is in the Passage, which is a really nice like covered passage with lots of shops. Long story short, I did find a bread knife. I got the cheapest one that they had there because it looked decent to me. We'll see. And then while I was there as well, I took a little spin around, and I'm about to visit my family, and I found some really cute gift stuff. So this is the first one. I know stroopwafels are like very stereotypical, but I've been having a lot of like inside jokes with my family about stroopwafels. We've been talking about them a lot in the family chat, so I thought this would be funny for them. And then this is for my little sister, which is very much her style. So yeah, that is all I got. Not the, biggest haul in the world, but for me, this is a pretty good sized haul, and it's kind of fun stuff. Now I'm going to finish drinking this entire thing of water and then probably fill it up again. Stay hydrated. What do you think, Hamlet? So I was just finishing editing this video and wrapping up one last freelance task before I leave for the US, and I realized that I didn't actually finish this vlog, so that's what I'm here to do. Since you've made it this far in the video, I really hope you enjoyed it, and if that's the case, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and also you can leave me a comment down below letting me know your favorite part. I'd also really love to know what is next on your TBR. Let me know in the comments below, and that will possibly just give me more things to add to mine. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already so you can see all my new videos when I upload them. There will be many, many, many more coming. I'm off to pack, run some last errands, finish this freelance task, finish editing this video, make a thumbnail. It never ends, but I love it. Keeps life exciting. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I will talk to you very soon in another video.